Hey and welcome. In this video, we're going to go through and create a automated account management hub that we'll be able to use to really just manage the entire process from a new customer coming on board and ongoing account management. Now, this is really one of the most important aspects of your business when you think about it, because it's great that you can do all the sales, you can do all the marketing, but if you're not able to actually keep and then retain that user or even keep them through the basic onboarding process, then both of those first key pillars of your business, say the sales and the marketing, are essentially null and void, right? Because now you're spending a bunch of time and energy and resources getting new business rather than just retaining and growing existing business. So that's really what the goal of this is going to function as today. So in here, I've put together a template for you, and it's currently actually in review with Notion. And so hopefully by the time you have a chance to look at this, it will be viewable. And I'll have this dropped down in the video down below. So that way you'll be able to use this rather than having to recreate your own version. But in this example, we're going to be able to use this, and then we'll put together some make-based automations that we can tie all of this into with maybe our own CRM, or maybe we're using CRM as like our Notion as our own existing database, and we sort of want to fire things off from there. Okay, so again, it's really important for us to understand a few key things. And that first one is make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Your guys' help and engagement with the videos is always super helpful, allowing us to just know what people love, what people don't, what you have questions about, and how we can help you guys in doing more and better content. And so please, if you're interested in this stuff, put your likes, comments, and let us know. And don't forget to share with the best friend that you think this would be helpful. All right, but seriously, the thing that's really important here is that we want to try to have a simple system that allows us to see all clients and all tasks associated to all of our clients in one simple place. And that's really what this hub is going to function as. And then within it, we have the client-specific database where we're going to then be able to say, click into a client, and then with a click of a button, be able to create a simple visual that we'll be able to use and either share with a client or at least internally have a good idea of what we're doing, who we're doing it for, and the existing associated resources and tasks related to that client, right? And so in here, as we have an example client, we have a basic view of what that would look like. We have all the example details that we could fill in. We'll be able to do all of that using Make shortly. And then we have the built-in template that we've put together, as well as the associated task, right? And so if we come in here and we wanted to do the manual version, right, we'd simply come in, click New, fill in any of the details. We'll just say client name number 2, so that way we have a differentiation. And then you'll see, right, we don't have anything in this client's task database because, well, nothing is assigned just yet. Great. So we've got this, and we've also got a basic view here. And I'm going to make sure this one's been set as default. Yes. And we have a very basic view. So if we wanted to go and create a new task, we've got a basic template here of what we want to maybe give us some guidance and direction for what we want to say, what we need to link, what we need to associate to this task. And if we want to go and just do a task through here, all we got to do is click related client, find our client from this view, and then click them. And so then you'll see some of this data gets automatically populated. What's cool is we're using 2 different databases and sort of like syncing them together to do all this magical goodness, right? So maybe this is a onboarding task, for example. And so there we go. And I'm going to delete this one because that's just a stray one. And so in here, now if we open up that client, you'll see we have a onboarding task specifically to them. And let's just say your account manager wants to see just the tasks and the files related to that client. They can click right into this client-specific view and get all the related information. Okay, great. So we've done an overview of what the Account Manager Hub is, how it works. That is going to be available. Ideally, you guys will have free access to this. I'm not going to charge you. Just make sure you watch the video, get access, and make the most of it, right? And so now that we have this, we want to go through and create an automation so we can go through and do some really cool things. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go and create a new make automation. And again, like I said before, we have a bunch of different ways that we can do this. In this example, what I think I'll probably do is actually use an existing HubSpot connection that I have. And it'll simply just be, for this example, we'll be able to run it. It'll just pull a company, but ideally we'll set up a filter, right, if they are marked as customer. So actually, let's do that. So we're going to start with HubSpot. We're going to look for CRM objects. We're just going to pull one, and we're going to pull companies. And so in this instance, we're going to say we want all of this information, but what are we going to watch? Well, we want to watch when they've been updated. And how are we going to validate this? Like, what are we looking for when we're getting them updated? Well, we're going to look at life cycle stage, and if it is equal to, actually, we'll do contains. Contains does a better job. Customer. And so if the life cycle stage is customer, let's just run all real quick, run this module, and let's see why that didn't want to run. Let's double check. Let's actually try lead status. Sometimes I flip those around. Choose where to start, all customer, run this module. And why is my thing not wanting to show us everything, right? Let's try that again. Run this module. Oh boy, oh boy. Going to do this. Let's go life cycle. We're going to go actually and leave this as blank. Let's go to app.hubspot. Let's go take a look at a specific customer, right? Give us an example. So I was taking a minute here, and I'm going to actually do the following. So we're going to go in here, and under companies, we're going to actually leave this filter blank for right now. And so we're going to be able to choose where to start. We're going to hit all, and we are going to run this module. Now, once we've run this module, you'll see we get a bunch of different IDs. That is great. What we're now going to do is go to HubSpot again. We're going to get... we're going to search CRM objects. And what we want to do is now search for contacts associated to this. And so we want to open this up. We want to map. Oh, come on. All right, hold on here. It's freaking out on us. Let's delete this and redo this. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to HubSpot. I actually want to get the associations. List associations from object, company, and we're going to get the company's ID. Save. So let's run this once. Great. And so we have the one company record, and then we have the 10 different associations that have come through. Great. So actually how this worked is each company in here of the 10 that we pulled, each one ran individually. And so then what this does is it's pulling all of the different associations to these customers. And what we actually want to do here is we want to go and look at life cycle stage and make sure that it is equal to customer, or at least let's say contains customer. So now what's going to happen is when this does run, it's only going to fire or go any further as long as a customer is the main thing. So this is maybe important, like when you've run a deal, you're then going to go through and you're going to update the deal to closed won, which then updates your HubSpot CRM to saying that that company is now a customer. So when it is updated to customer, right? We're now we're wanting to get that data, and then we're going to go through and we're going to then get the property details. So we're going to actually search CRM objects. This one is going to be contacts. Get all of this. We're going to filter results. Actually, here we go. We have contacts, associated object ID. So what it's doing is it is searching the associated contacts of this company in HubSpot. Great. And so then it's going to just pull in whatever available information, and we just sort of want everything else that is in here. So let's hit save. What we're now going to do is run this once more, choose where to start. We'll just say all, run once. Oh yes. Let's get rid of this for right now. We're going to swap this because not all of the ones that we're going to pull are going to actually be customers. Run once. Great. And that's plenty. Stop. Getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so we're going to say contains just to mitigate task creation. When we open this one up, we'll be able to see we got a bunch of different contacts associated to these records. Okay, great. So now we've gotten just about everything that we want. We've got the CRM objects, we've got the properties from there, and we've got the initial contact. So now what we want to do is we want to go to Notion. We're going to assign Notion here. We are going to come in here and we're going to create a new database item. So what we want to do now is we're actually going to add a new connection. Let's do that process real quick here. Okay, so we've gone through, added the Notion connection. Now we have the database that we want to use. We are going to enter manually. Actually, no, my bad. We want to select it from the list because we already have the existing list. We don't need to put anything in here. What this means is it's just going to search. And here we go. We have the client database, right? So what we're currently going through and doing is we're creating a new client in our database within Notion. And so what it's going to do now is it's going to capture that data. We only got me in there right now, right? But if you had your own version of this dashboard, you'll have all of the people who are available under your team, and you can select how you want that to be. All right, so now what we need to do is just start populating all of this data with our client's info. So let's just do company name. Great. This is company name. We're going to do the website. And we'll do, for this one, we won't have a CRM link, but maybe we say record ID. And then if we wanted to put in first name, and then last. And we'll say inactive or is in the progress of needing onboarded, and we'll say email. And some of these, again, in this example that I pulled here, we don't have an associated email. That's totally fine. And then we'll do phone number. Now, ideally, what we do is we'll actually set a filter here where we require certain fields before it can go further. But in this instance, we'll just say that that's totally fine. So let's just run this module only. Save. There we go. We're going to run this module only. Let's just go in and put in test. And this is Kale. There we go. We're going to hit OK. Great. Now let's go over to our hub and rerun this. There we go. And here is the new client. So here it is, test, and we have it go through. It's passed in all of that information from Notion. The one thing that will not currently be able to be done, if we open this, you'll see that the the flow in here doesn't automatically push through. This is like one of the only things that you're gonna have to do manually. Essentially, just go in and click this flow, and then everything else from there is gonna be automated. Okay, so we've gone through, we've created the database item. Now guess what? We want to go through and actually create the subtasks underneath that. So what we need to do is basically the same exact thing. We're now just going to be doing it for the tasks. Now, again, this will be highly dependent based on your business, your process, what you need to do, and how you want to onboard. But ideally, what's occurring here is you're going to go through and put in all the initial onboarding tasks, right? Maybe that's your kickoff call, your reoccurring calls, making sure the contract's signed, making sure you got paid, making sure they've gotten access to the tools and the resources and some initial training, and so on and so forth. So in this example, I'm just going to put together like 2-3 example tasks, and that's it. But again, use this as a reference and you can expand on it from there. Then we're going to go and build the second automation, which will help with some of the reoccurring things, which is pretty easy. I just want to show you how to do that one as well. So we're going to go in, we're going to create a new database item. We are going to let this do its thing. We're going to hit search, search again. Now we're going to look at the tasks database. And we're going to go schedule and have off call. And we could say the start time is going to be now. You can do that just by coming over here. And then let's say the end time is going to be, we need it between today and in like the next 3 days, right? So this is the start and end time. We need it done within the next 3 days. We want it for whatever the related client will be. This one's going to be mapped, and we're going to go here. We're going to pull it from this. So what we do is we're going to go to this database item. So related client is this database item because we created said client. We're going to go and set this priority to high. We're going to assign it to the just to whoever's available here. And we really don't need to add anything else into this, but we could if we wanted. And so this one is kickoff call task. We'll rename this, create new client and new Notion. And let's just duplicate this one. And that's literally all we need to do. We just come in here, rename. We just say onboarding call. Let's just say onboarding to platform. Say you're a software business, right? And so in here, we're going to say has been onboarding. Let's just say that needs to be done in the next 5 days. Same stuff, same spiel. We're going to hit save. And now in this example, I'm just going to copy this database ID just so you can see that it works. Run this module only. We're just going to put this puppy in. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, that's fine. I grabbed the full ID instead of that one. So what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to adjust this. We need just one company. We're going to remove this requirement, right? Remember that requirement that I set here to say it needs to be customer. We're going to just run this whole thing once. We're just going to let it do its thing. Fantastic. And it created all of this. So let's actually go over here. Boom. If it will close, we now have the example client. We've got this. We put this in here. And boom, bada bang, we've already got automated tasks that we're going to go through and do. So that way your team or you already know what needs to be done, who it needs to be done for, and when it should be completed. All right, guys, I mean, honestly, this is just about everything, but I do want to say we have one extra goodie that I wanted to go through. So there are two different things that we can do here. Now, you could go and do this automation technically within Notion, but the one annoyance is it doesn't allow you to do automated tasks based on another database. So let's say I wanted to go and create an automation here that says every month I want a new call to be scheduled with every one of these clients. Well, you can't really do that within Notion. So actually what we want to do is, we have this one, we have this run, immediately, like on demand as, right, as this makes sense, right? So as something changes, we then want to make sure, hey, does it contain a customer, right? If it does contain a customer, let's go through and right, it's been updated and it is a customer. We want to make sure it goes through and pushes all of this data. So let's just say I'm going to discard this one. We want to go through and instead of the HubSpot one, now we want to go through and create a simple scenario. And what it is we're going to go in here. We're going to click Notion. We're going to watch database items. We're going to pull up the database that we want to capture data from. And actually, let's do the other one. Close, search, get the searchy search, client database. Let's just put this as like a massive limit. Doesn't really matter. We're now just going to choose where to start, and that's going to be all. Run this module. And so in here, you'll see now that we have every single bundle as each of the clients that are listed here. So now all we got to do is come in, go in here, create a database item, and we are going to come in. We're going to search. We're going to let this be blank. We're going to go task database. And then once this comes in, all we got to do is say, like an example perfect one that I love is if I could spell, reoccurring call with client. Forgive me. Reoccurring. I'm not a spelling expert. Okay, so then we can just do the same thing like we did before. We'll say, hey, it's at the start of the month. No, I don't want that. My bad. We're going to go now and within the first 8 days of when this runs. And so then this one, related client, again, is not going to be auto-filled in. We want to capture the database ID. This one's going to be marked as high. And we need to say not started. So then we're going to go through and essentially have with client. And actually, maybe we dump in the client specific details here. So you're able to get client name, and we're able to get the plain text. So reoccurring call with blank. Now we can hit save. Now we can go through and choose where to start. All, save, run once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Now if we come down here, you'll see that we have reoccurring call with test, client, and then also client 2. Which is great. So now we can come into, say, client 2, and we'll see that we have that onboarding task that we created as well as the reoccurring call. So in here, now if you turn both of these on, and with this one, maybe you just set it to like be a custom action where it's specific dates and it starts at the first of the month, right? And you hit save, turn this puppy on, and then once it goes at the start of the month, whatever months that you decide to choose, it'll be able to just run through at the start of the month and create, hey, let's just make sure we have an onboarding call or a reoccurring call scheduled with them and that it occurs, right? So great way for you to now, if you followed along all the way through, to go and integrate your CRM with Notion, use it as an account management dashboard to manage ongoing tasks as well as the onboarding, and then also go through and automate the creation of said tasks within your Notion ecosystem. All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any comments, questions, or need any other help or have other ideas, put them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you so much.